Hello everyone. Let's talk about Bloom taxonomy to learning English language. That how we can use Bloom taxonomy for learning English. First of all, I would like to tell about the Bloom taxonomy. It was created in 1956 by various psychologists at the University of Chicago under the leadership of Benjamin Bloom. So it is known as Bloom taxonomy. And main purpose is to change the thinking in learning and education. For example, when our students come to an educational setting, he comes with various attitudes, skills and beliefs, and the teacher's work is to change his that attitudes and beliefs into a better, so that he can think better for his living. And main aim of Benjamin taxonomy is it is a pupil centered, learner centered. That is, teacher have to say when enter into educational setting, teacher has to say his skills, attitude, beliefs, and how he can change them. Second is knowledge center. That is knowledge which he has gained, whether he has gained it or not. And third is assessment center, and why we evaluate for a particular question that whether he has changed his setting or not. And fourth is community centered. That is, with knowledge which he has gained, he can use it in his community because people learn from each other. There is a pyramid. We will discuss about that pyramid. When it was started in 1956, it has various norms, but in 2001, when it was revised to cater the needs of 21st century, then it was norms converted into work. So let's discuss one by one. First, remembering. It has 6 phases: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and most important is creating. That is, if a student is able to create something new from learning, then it will call is learning. So let's start with various verbs. When a teacher has to teach a lesson, he must know about these verbs and how he or she is going to work. First, remembering, retraining, recognizing, recalling relevant knowledge from long-term memory. For what we are going to teach, student already maybe have some knowledge about that thing. So here we have to see whether he has something long-term memory or we have to teach him new. Next, understanding. At understanding, same. Constructing means from oral, written and graphic messages through interpreting, exemplifying and classifying. Next word is applying. Carrying out or using a procedure from executing or implementing. Here comes the apply. How knowledge which he has used how to apply. Next, analyze. Analyze, breaking material into small parts so that he can understand easily. Next, evaluate. At evaluate, we have to make judgment by checking and treating various things. Next, most importantly, creating. After putting all elements together to form a coherent or functional element into a new pattern, we have to see it in a new pattern or structure through generating, planning or producing. So let's start with the example. For example, we have to teach, show in a picture. This is a picture. Maybe after seeing students may name this picture as a in their mother tongue or in their home language. So we have to, because we are teaching an English language, we have to tell how we will tell him the I say dog, you say dog. I say dog, you say dog. I say dogs, you say dog. Teacher has to repeat it as many times as he can until students are able to answer their questions. What do you see in the picture? When students are able to answer what do you see in the picture, that is dog, then we will move ahead with next step, and next step is understanding. After seeing the picture, maybe students describe, the teacher will ask to describe the picture. When describing, maybe he can describe in his home language very beautifully, but here problem is of English language. We are teaching him English language. First, for example, for colors, teacher will show him different colors so that he can choose which is the color of a dog. or he may describe the ears or tail or legs. And here you ask him how many, add a new phrase, or how many legs a dog has, how many ears a dog has, what is the color. Okay, after understanding, next is applying, that is what he has learned up till now, how he can apply. So here is the question, what sound it makes, what sound a dog makes. It can make them laugh because students may bark like a dog here. So when they are comfortable, then next step is to analyzing in breaking material. Here we can ask them a question, which one is bigger, that is dog or mouse. So student will answer dog. Always keep in mind that we are teaching an English language. So here our question is which one is bigger, that is bigger must be a dog. So that student can answer the dog. And next step is evaluating. Here we have to ask them some questions. So we can analyze that whether they evaluate them. Question may be whether they like dogs. It is simple, they can yes or no. It might be difficult for them to answer the questions why, but they can describe in their home language. So we can help them by giving them various phrases or sentences that how they can answer the question why they like dog. And last is most important from this pyramid is creative. Here we have to put all elements together to form a new pattern. We are asked to draw a picture of a dog, and if they are able to draw the same replica which we have shown them, then there is no creating for creating, because children are more curious and imaginative. So when they create a dog, it may be a new dog, maybe with feathers, wings, or 6 legs, or flying, or they can describe that why these characteristics are necessary for a dog. So we can help them for their new language. And it is a superpower of computer to prepare as many questions and activities to understand this concept beautifully. And if the teacher is able to, if the student is able to create a new, then he is learning a language. So these are the steps. Before teaching a language, these steps must be kept in mind. Okay, thank you.